in, I saw your most recent comment and I decided to respond. And I want you to know this is the last time I'm going to respond to any of your comments. The reason why is because I get the feeling that you are seeking to have a back and forth rhetoric with me, and I don't have time for that. If what I am saying does not resonate with you, you are more than welcome to find another channel to watch. I am not begging for subscribers. I am not begging for people to watch my videos, nor am I begging for people to believe in what I am saying. All I am offering is what I consider to be the truth. If people accept it, that's great. If not, that's okay too. But I am not going to continue to have this back and forth rhetoric with you, because I get the feeling that you're only leaving comments in the hopes of having this back and forth rhetoric. You're not leaving comments because you genuinely want to know the truth about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory and all of its connecting factors. No, you're leaving comments in the hopes of having this back and forth rhetoric with me. And that's not going to continue to happen. I am going to respond to your most recent comment. And the reason why I'm going to respond to your most recent comment is because I want people to know that what you said in that comment is partially incorrect. And I also want people to understand why I will no longer be responding to any more of your comments. The reason being, once again, is because I believe you are seeking to have this back and forth rhetoric with me, and I don't have time for that. Because I know you know exactly what I am saying. You know what I am saying. You know what I mean in my videos. But you want to have this back and forth debate with me, and it's not going to happen. Not with me. Not after today. But in your most recent comment, you say that the root word of humble means keeping yourself low. Well, I did research on that, because I do research on pretty much everything I come across. And the root of the word humble comes from the Latin word humilis, which means low or grounded. And historically, it did convey the idea of being close to the ground or modest in status. However, over time, the meaning of humble in English evolved beyond just being physically or socially low. It came to emphasize qualities like modesty, humility, and a lack of arrogance, rather than simply being low in position or stature. So, while the root relates to being low, the contemporary sense of humble is more about attitude and character, being modest and respectful, rather than literally keeping one's self low. So when I say that people should practice being humble, I'm talking about practicing the contemporary sense of humbleness, which means letting go of the ego, which means focusing on continuous growth rather than self-admiration, which means acknowledging one's strengths and weaknesses and not believing that one is superior to others. We who have gnosis about the afterlife, about what this world is, we are powerful. We are creator gods. We are special. And I do believe that we are chosen. However, we are not more powerful than anyone else. We are not better than anyone else. We are not smarter than anyone else. Because you can find someone who has no gnosis come into the act of having gnosis. And once they do have that gnosis, they too then become just as powerful as we are, just as special as we are, just as spiritually intelligent as we are. However, you have some in the spiritual community who actually feel they are better than others because they know something about the afterlife. They know something about how this world really is that a lot of other people don't know. And as a result, they think that they are better than the ones who don't know. And that is wrong. That is ego. That will keep you reincarnating back here. You have people who say, I have a badass house, I have a badass car, badass job, good damn job. That makes me better than someone living in an old 1 bedroom apartment, driving a 20-year-old car, working a minimum wage job. That's ego. That is ego. You have people who think that they are superior to other people because their skin color is different. I hear this sometimes with some people who identify as black. They say, black people are the superior ones. That's bullshit because the soul has no race. So if the soul has no race, then how is it that a group of souls that were in bodies that identify with black are superior to a group of souls that were in bodies that identified as white? How is that? That's not true. Because when the soul comes up out of the body, the soul is not of any race. But you have people who think that. You have people who think that they are superior to others, and all of that is ego. It's ego and it's arrogance. And again, that ego and arrogance will have you reincarnating right back down here again. You have a lot of people who say, there's nothing I need to learn that's new. Nothing I need to learn that's new because I know everything already. I know it all. No one can teach me nothing because I know it all. That is ego. That is arrogance because you don't know it all. Even myself. There are a lot of things that I know about the reincarnation trick, the prison planet theory, and all of its connecting factors. But there are a lot of things that I don't know. A lot of things that people can come along and teach me about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory and all of its connecting factors. But I've heard a lot of people say in the spiritual community, oh, can't nobody teach me nothing because I know it all. You can't teach me a damn thing. That's ego. That's arrogance. And I'm telling you, that type of mentality will keep you coming back here. So when I say people need to practice humility, I'm talking about people practicing the contemporary sense of humility, humbleness. When I say people need to practice humbleness, practice being humble, I'm talking about practicing it in the contemporary sense. And when I say that, I'm talking about the traits of being humble. And the traits of being humble involves quieting the ego and focusing on, hey, I am always growing and learning, rather than thinking, hey, no one can learn more than what I've learned. No one can grow any further than what I've grown. All of that. I am so beautiful. No one is more beautiful than I am. I am handsome. No one is as handsome as I am. I'm good looking. No one is as good looking as I am. All of that is self admiration. Now, there's nothing wrong with having good self esteem. There's nothing wrong with getting up every AM and saying, I am a beautiful woman. I am a good looking man. I am smart. I'm powerful. I'm this and I'm that. There's something wrong with saying those things. But when you start saying those things and adding on statements like, I am a beautiful woman. No one is more beautiful than I am. I'm a good looking man. No one is more better looking than I am. I am a smart, powerful person. No one is smarter and more powerful than I am. When you start adding on those statements, what you are doing is you are practicing ego, arrogance. And ego and arrogance are twos that come from this prison planet, which means if you cross over with those twos that are connected to this prison planet, you are going to be yanked right back here again. This is what I mean when I say people need to practice being humble. That's what I mean. I hear people say, I have all of these abilities. I have more abilities than anyone else. That's absolute bullshit. The abilities that you have are the same abilities that everyone else has. It's just that you have people who have not come into the awareness, come into the gnosis of knowing that they have those abilities. But you do not have more abilities than anyone else. That's bullshit. That's ego. And people don't realize that that is ego. They think that they're saying the right things. Just like when people say, oh, I am the chosen one. Everyone's not chosen. That's bullshit. Everyone is chosen. Everyone is chosen. Everyone with a soul is chosen. They just don't realize that they are chosen. So I hear it all the time. Oh, I'm the chosen. I'm the chosen one. I hear it all the time. I am the chosen one. Not everyone is chosen. Everyone is chosen. They just don't realize that they're chosen. Just like everyone with a soul on earth is a creator God. They just don't realize it. And the reason why they don't realize it is because of the memory wipe. But everyone with a soul on earth is a creator God. Everyone with a soul on earth, they are powerful. They are special. They have amazing abilities. They just don't realize it. See, there's no I in team. And we are all a team. All of us who have souls, we are all a team. Even the ones who have not awakened yet, they're a part of the team. They just are still asleep and hoping that one day they will awaken so that they can be active members of the team. But they're still a part of the team. They are still connected to us and we are connected to them. So that's what I mean when I say that people should practice being humble. And being humble doesn't mean that you are downgrading yourself. It doesn't mean that you have low self-esteem about yourself. It just means that you are not putting yourself above others. Because that's what Hitler did. That's what the Ku Klux Klan did. That's what the Black Panthers of today do. They think that they're better. That's what the Hebrew Israelites, that's what they do. That's what the Trump MAGA supporters, that's what they do. They think, hey, we are better. No one is better than us. All of that is ego. And every last one of them, the KKK of today, the Hebrew Israelites of today, the Trump supporters of today, the Black Panther Party of today, when they transition over, they're going to transition over right with that ego, which is going to bring them right back down here again. So this is what I mean when I say you have to practice the traits of being humble. You have to practice being humble. I mean, practice being humble in its contemporary sense. quieting the ego, and acknowledging your strengths and other people's strengths, and acknowledging your weaknesses. There are a lot of weaknesses that I have. I mean, I'm not going to tell them on air because someone will try to use it against me, but there are a lot of weaknesses that I have. There are a lot of flaws that I have, but there are also a lot of strengths that I have. And I recognize the strengths in others as well. And when I see the strengths in others, I applaud their strengths. It doesn't take away from me because I'm doing that. It actually makes me better. This is why I tell people all the time, um, just one time every day, give someone a compliment. Because if you do that, it's not only making them feel good, but it makes you feel good because you are uplifting your fellow Isby. And when your fellow Isby is uplifted, you're uplifted. When your fellow sister or brother is uplifted, then you're uplifted. All of that goes along with practicing being humble. But you have people who are so arrogant, whereas they have the mindset of, no, I'm not uplifting nobody. No, I'm not uplifting no one. I'm the hell with that. The only one I'm going to uplift is myself because I'm the only one that matters. Fuck everyone else. That type of thinking is egotistical. So, this is what I mean when I say people should practice being humble. Practicing being humble is not taking away from yourself, but it is understanding that you are no better than anyone else. We are all on an equal playing field. It's just that some people have become active on the playing field and some people have not. That's it. So, yeah, that's what I meant. I meant the contemporary sense of being humble. But again, Alwyn, I know you already know this. I know you already know this. You are looking to have the back and forth rhetoric. And again, this is not going to go on from me to you. So, for everyone else, I urge you again to practice being humble. Get rid of your ego. Yes, we know that the reincarnation trick, it does exist. We know everything that we can know about the reincarnation trick and the prison planet theory and all of its connecting factors. But just because we know what we do know, it doesn't mean that we are superior to anyone else. It doesn't mean that we're better than anyone else. It just means that we know it. And because we know it, we can be able to escape from the clutches of Enki and Marduk and their archons once we transition into the afterlife. You have abilities. Yes, you do. So does everyone else. You don't have any more abilities than anyone else. The same abilities you have are the same abilities that everyone else has. It's just that a lot of people don't realize that they have those abilities. You are chosen, so is everyone else with a soul. They just don't realize that they are chosen. So this is what you have to really put into your mind. Because that ego is a terrible thing to have. It is a very ugly thing to have. That arrogance is a very ugly, terrible thing to have. So that's what I wanted to say. I thank you to everyone else for listening. Alwyn, take care. So this is what I wanted to say. Thank you all for listening. This is the Afterlife discussion. Until next time.